Hi YouTube. This is my video response to ADDTV's Transhumanism. There are some concerns decorated in his video, which are promoting needless fear about the transhuman movement. I'll bring an end to his fear-mongering myself, if I have to. ADDTV says that transhumanism is the end-all for humanity. The first thing he illustrates is how cerebral, organ, and other body enhancements will strip humans of their humanity. This, however, is false. Is this to say that people alive today with cochlear and corneal implants and even brain chips for Parkinson's disease already installed in their brains and bodies are no longer human? No, of course not. This is like saying a woman who gets breast implants, a facelift, and a butt lift is no longer a woman. What the hell? No matter how many enhancements you receive, you'll never get away from being a human being. Transhumanism is not a quest for godhood or perfection, but a pilgrimage for improvement of the entire human race. Today, there are people who won't even leave the house without their Bluetooth headset and cellular phone. These computational devices are used to augment a person's capacity to communicate with other humans. Our humanity need not change, only the definition of what it needs to be human. ADDTV also claims that self-replicating nanobots are going to be prevalent in the very near future. This, sadly, is also not the case. ADDTV obviously does not know how unbelievably difficult nanobots are to build. Being able to mass-produce self-replicating nanomachines is not a hop, skip, and a jump away. As much as bots like respiricides are becoming available today, these are not self-replicating bots. A static number of these machines can be injected into the bloodstream, and superb enhancements are provided to the respiratory system. A person with respiricides supplementing hemoglobin will be able to run for at least 15 minutes without even taking a breath, and will be able to stay underwater for hours at a time. Do you guys see any mind control? Any oligarchy? Not at all. This is just improvement on the human condition. And machine takeover? This prospect is preposterous. Technology is an enabler for humankind, and one of its only concepts, creations, and institutions that will never, has not, cannot, and will not betray us. What are machines for? How will they continue to be used? As a tool, and that's how it'll stay. Worldwide cybernation is about improving productivity and dropping costs. The economy will benefit hugely as everything is cybernated. By cybernation, I mean the use of machines in every task where a human is not absolutely necessary. Cybernation will help the economy because when you use machines instead of men, productivity shoots out of the roof, price drops, and things get made just overall in a faster, better, more efficient fashion. Think about an egg factory for a moment. Millions of eggs fly through an egg factory at high speed, and not a single egg is ever dropped. Why? Cybernation. Machines are used to sort, stack, and organize, so the chance for human error is reduced. Machines don't eat, they don't need breaks, they don't get sick, they don't go out on vacation, they can perform the same acts tirelessly for years and never break or complain. This results in a drop of price of the thing that is being manufactured. If we were to dash the monetary system and robotize everything we can, we could massively improve our productivity and overall quality of life. For instance, 100 years ago, washing your clothing meant busting your knuckles open on a wooden washboard. Today, it means placing your items into a machine that gets them clean faster and better than any human ever could. Also, if a human is piloting a plane, you could ask him how high up he is. And he might say he's up about a mile, but with an altimeter augmenting his judgment, he might say he's up precisely 1 mile, 14 feet, 5 inches. No human could measure with that kind of accuracy. To say that AI will enslave humanity is a truly ridiculous notion. Robots will never enslave us. I can say this with confidence because strong AI won't have the hundreds of thousands of years, millions of generations of suffering, war, disease, pestilence, and all the other horrible things that have been plaguing humanity for so long. We have been preconditioned by suffering to have the primal urge to raid the neighboring camps so they don't raid us first. Strong AO have a clean conscience, a non-checkered past, and no history of rape, murder, cannibalism, child molestation, subjugation of others, like slavery and burning of witches, and other horrible happenings which have taken place in the past, many of which still occur in the modern world. It's strongly possible that AI simply won't have human motives. He also makes some very foul claims about immortality and inevitable overpopulation. Technology is the answer, as it is always. Humans don't take generations to evolve to a setting because we make a tool. Such is the way it's been since the beginning. We're a resourceful bunch, and technology has the capability to solve our problems. With the addition of technology, the Earth's carrying capacity can be augmented as to sustain the human race at billions of times our current population. This can be done by applying a concept called an ecopolis. An ecopolis is a skyscraper which has been retrofitted with cutting-edge aeroponic, hydroponic technology and is dedicated to growing food for the masses. Aeroponics can yield plants at 10 times the growth rate from soil. By carefully controlling nutrient levels, we can produce fruit and vegetables that are far more nutritious than soil from the earth can grow. It would only take a few skyscrapers treated this way to feed an entire city. With current technology, we have the ability to feed, house, and clothe the entire world. The problem is indeed the monetary system, but that's for a different video. You also claim that in the case of a mostly immortal populace, the government will place a cap on people's longevity, and people's usefulness to society will determine how long our government will permit people to live. I say this is false. Immortality is a right for all people, and is certainly not an escapist route for people who fear death. It's plain to see that the body is a biological machine. And if you know how the body functions, you start to realize that death is the result of a malfunctioning system. DNA is the code by which our body operates, and that is a code that can and should be built upon. Consider DNA as like an OS dictating how your body works. What happens to current operating systems that aren't upgraded necessarily? They become obsolete, and that is the fairest our universe can be to us. Hell, some of the genes which have developed over the many generations have already become obsolete. Case in point, the gene for caloric retention. This was the gene that came along while humans were still in the nomadic phase. Our genes learned that the next season's hunt might not go so well, so hold on to those extra calories in order to live through the next winter. It's obvious that humans don't live that way anymore, and scarcity is all but completely gone in the shadow of technology, and we can create plenty for everybody. This is a fact what's causing such an obesity problem in the West. If we were to simply shut off the caloric retention gene, then people could receive the benefits of diet and exercise while living a lifestyle that's completely opposite. Why should we continue to have people dying from heart disease, hardening of the arteries, diabetes, sleep apnea, and other ailments connected to obesity when we can just switch off the gene that's making them fat? Why not just let a person live how they like and be happy at the same time? And death is a bad thing, no matter how much you rationalize it. A very bad thing. Death scars, wounds, and destroys all things when it comes in contact with. Who benefits? Who does not suffer greatly when a loved one passes away? Ebola, AIDS, cancer, E. coli, bacteria, all bad things. Why? Because they kill people. We seek to treat people that get ill with these horrible diseases because they'll die if we don't. Most people are willing to take all sorts of lengths to avoid dying. Why not give people immortality if they want it? Immortality can mean a lot of things. It doesn't have to cling to the notion of living absolutely forever no matter what. Immortality can be quote-unquote immortality, meaning that one can be free to determine how long they live with their minds instead of letting their biology decide for them.